Good morning, all of you. Let's continue with our chapter Clothes for Us. In the previous class, you have learned about different types of clothes that we wear in different season and what do you mean by spinning. So let's go on to today's topic. Today we are going to learn about weaving. Where do we get silk from? And some of us wear uniform. So let's see what do you mean by weaving. The thread made from cotton is made into cloth on a loom. Making of cloth from thread is called as weaving. As you have learned in the previous class, the process of making thread from cotton is called as spinning. So the thread that we collected after the process of spinning is converted into a cloth on a loom and it is called as weaving. So basically when we convert the thread into a cloth, that is through the process of weaving. Now in this picture you can clearly see how the thread is converted into cloth on a loom and this process is called as weaving. You have already learned about making cotton clothes. So let's see how woolen clothes are made. The thick hair on sheep's body is called wool. So what is the thing that we called wool? It is found on the sheep's body, or the wool grows on the body of a sheep. The hair is cleaned and turned into woolen thread. So the hair, that is the wool that we removed from the sheep's body, is cleaned and then turned into woolen thread. Wool is used to knit sweaters, caps and socks, and it is with the help of these wool we make sweaters, caps, socks, scarves, etc. Here I have attached a video link in which you can see how the people are trying to remove the wool from the body of a sheep. This is the image of a sheep where you can rarely see the image of the face of the sheep, and with the help of a trimming machine the people are removing the wool from the body of the sheep. Then this wool is washed and dried and given to the people who make things out of woolen thread. You can see it is being weighed and sold. And this is the image of a sheep after the trimming is done, in which the animal is not harmed at all. Then this wool is converted into different material. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood about removing of wool from the body of a sheep and how it is converted into clothes. So let's go to our next slide. Here I will again explain you with the help of a flow diagram how wool is converted into woolen clothes. First of all, you can see the wool is grown on the body of a sheep, isn't it? It's not the wool is growing. It's not much, but still it is little. So the people who are taking care of the sheep allow the wool to grow very well. Then it is trimmed and converted into woolen thread. With the help of this woolen thread, we make sweaters, scarves, gloves, etc. So I hope all of you have learned how the wool is converted into woolen clothes. Now let's see how we get silk from silkworm. This is the image of silkworm eating mulberry leaves. So it is from this silkworm we get the so-called silk. Now with the help of this video, we are going to see how silkworm produces silk. So children, please watch carefully. Here you can see the image of silkworm eating mulberry leaves. They will be feeding on mulberry leaves for around 42 days. After 42 days, they start making cocoon. In cocoon, they will spin their silk cocoon for 3 to 8 days, and one strand will be approximately 1000 feet long. Then these cocoons are either boiled, kept under the sun to remove the silk thread. You can see how after boiling, they are converting this cocoon into raw silk. Can you see the silk now? Yes, so this is the process by which we get silk from the silkworm. You can see the silk is then colored into different colors. Then they are spinned into thread. I hope all of you understood the video, how silk is made into different colors and how we get silk from silkworm. So now let's go to our next slide. Some of us wear uniform. What do you wear when you go to school? You also wear a particular type of cloth when you go to school, isn't it? What is it called? Yes, it is called as a uniform. All of you wear uniform when you go to school. In the same way, there are some people in our country, in our society, who wear uniform when they go for their work. So who is the first one? It is a doctor. He or she is a doctor who wear uniform when he or she goes to the hospital. So this is the image of a doctor. From the dress itself, from the uniform itself, you can identify that he is a doctor. Then comes policeman. You can see the image of a policeman, how he looks. Then comes a nurse. You can see how a nurse looks in her uniform. Then comes postman. This is the image of a postman who is going to deliver the letters. Then comes the firefighters. These are the image of firefighters. So all these people are found in our society. They help us in one or the other way, and all of them go with a uniform when they go out to work. Now we can see that people in different part of our country wear different kind of clothes. In this you can see the image of a man and women wearing a particular kind of cloth which will tell us the state they belong to. Let's see they belong to which state. They belong to the state of Assam. In the same way, let's look at the next one, that is West Bengal. You can see a man and woman wearing the costume of West Bengal. So you can clearly see the difference in the costume of Assam and the difference in the costume of West Bengal. As you are aware of the fact that India is having 28 states, and it is very true that we can understand whether a person belongs to eastern part of India, western part of India, northern part of India, or southern part of India by looking into the type of clothes that they wear. Now let's have a look at the next stage, that is Kerala. Here you can see the people of Kerala and the clothes which they are wearing. So this is the traditional dress of Kerala. You can have a look at the traditional dress of Kerala and how it is different from the costume of Assam and from the costume of West Bengal. Next come Maharashtra. Here also you can see a beautiful couple wearing the Maharashtrian attire, and which is also different from the rest of the states shown here. Then comes Jammu and Kashmir, and this is the traditional dress of Jammu and Kashmir, which is also different from the dress of Maharashtra, Kerala, Assam and West Bengal. So you can clearly know that the people of different part of India wear different kinds of cloth, and it is quite helpful to identify the states which they belong to. I hope all of you understood about the different type of clothes worn in our country. Let's have a quick review on what we have learned today. We understood about weaving. Woolen clothes are made from thick hair on sheep's body. We get silk from silkworm. Different people wearing different uniform to work. Yes, you have seen, like doctor, policeman, firefighters, nurse. They all of them wear different types of uniform when they go to their work. And when you see them from a long distance, or when you go to a hospital, and you see a doctor there, without the doctor telling that I'm a doctor, you can understand that he is a doctor because of the dress he wears. Then comes a different type of cloth worn by people in different part of the country. That means they are having a traditional dress. Each and every state is having a traditional dress. So if we see a person wearing the traditional dress of that particular state, it is easy for us to identify he belongs to which state. All of you should learn the question and answers provided at the end of the chapter. I will be giving you the question answer. Those who are having the notebook can write in the notebook. Others will learn the question answer and take the photocopy of the question answer. All the textbook exercise of the chapter to be done according to the date. Pearl's worksheet 1 and 2 should be done when I ask you to do it. So I hope all of you understood the chapter very well. Thank you, children, and have a nice day. But don't forget to learn your chapter in which you have come across weaving, spinning, different types of cloth, how do we get silk, from where do we get wool, okay? So all of you learn properly, learn the difficult words, and see you in the next class.